back to my channel. It's Iffy, and I know I've been gone for such a long time, but I'm in nursing school, so I graduated and then I went back to school. But I want to talk about that period in my life when I graduated and then, you know, I was stuck in the middle of what the hell I'm going to do with my life. So I want to talk about why post-grad sucks. Post-grad depression, why people talk about post-grad depression. What is post-grad depression? What is the post-grad blues? You know, what do you do when you're stuck in the middle? And this is specifically for people who have just graduated or people who have just recently graduated. Why are people talking about this? What am I going to go through? Well, sit down. Let me tell you. Now, let me just say that not everybody's going to go through the same thing, but you're going to have similar feelings. Whenever you graduate college and you're so used to that life, that college life, college is a lifestyle. It's not just school, it's a lifestyle. So whenever you graduate and whenever you're kind of pushed into the adult life, you kind of feel like, what the hell? I'm not used to this. You're used to going to school, you're used to, having a break and then going back to school. So now it's just like, shit, I don't have to go back to school, which is cool, but you're kind of like, what am I gonna do? And you have to start applying for jobs. You have to start, getting used to working for 5 days straight, working whatever kind of job you have, 9 to 5. I can tell you, it's not fun. It's not fun unless you're doing something you literally love and enjoy. And even if you are doing something you literally love and enjoy, sometimes it gets old, it gets boring, and you have to do that on a daily basis. So you're not with your friends, you're not with people of your age, so that's where it sucks. You're kind of pushed into the lifestyle that you were not ready for. You're never ready for this. You're kind of just like, okay, here's the system. We're pushing you into the system. Deal with it however the hell you want to deal with it. And this is a major point that I wanted to throw out. College has so many different events and so many things going on that you can decide whether or not you want to go to. You can decide if you want to go to this party, you can decide if you want to go to this event that this organization is putting on. You can decide if you want to go to those things, and you can, have an enjoyable time. When you're out of college, you're very limited with what you can do with your time. And that's where it's just like, damn, what the hell is there to do out here? What do people do for fun? You're going to ask yourself that so many times because you're going to be stuck in the house and it's just like, what do people do? Your friends and your classmates that you're used to seeing so much, they're probably not in the same city as you, and if they are, then that's a blessing. That's literally a blessing. But if they're not, you're just like, how do I make new friends? How do I go to this? How do I do this? How do I, you're not going to have the same amount of things to do that you did in college. So you have to really learn how to use your time, and you have to start enjoying new things. And that sucks. Also, if you don't have a secured means of financial stability after you graduate college, then there's a big chance that you might have to move back into your parents' house. And that in itself sucks, especially if you're me and you grew up in a Nigerian household. Getting back into the funk of that, getting back into the groove of that, it is so different than your lifestyle in college. You can't necessarily leave when you want to leave. You can't move the way you did in college because you have to have respect for your parents. You have to have respect for whoever it may be, because you can't just be walking in and out of the house without telling people where you're going, because they're going to be wondering, what the hell, where are they? So you can't really you do have, independence. I do have much more independence than I did, back, of course, in high school, but you have to be very respectful and very, thoughtful of the people who are living here. And that's where it sucks, because, you can want to leave at a specific time and, your parents are not cool with that. And you just have to learn how to just deal with them. You have to learn how to deal with living in the house, after you're a full-grown adult, you graduated college, you have to deal with that nuisance of being in your house and having to, wake up and still having to do what your mom says and still having to, respect. Of course, it sucks moving back into your parents' house. And if you don't have to do that, then that's a blessing. But you're still going to feel the post-grad blues of not being in a college environment, not being with your age mates, not being with your classmates. It's just going to be so different than what you're used to. Let me also say, if you move back into your parents' house, you're going to save a shitload of money, especially if you're working and you're living in your parents' house, which is what I did. I saved a shitload of money being here, working, and not having to pay rent. So let me just say that it doesn't necessarily suck in that way, but if you can deal with it and you can know how to deal with your parents as you live here and as you're a full-grown adult, then I suggest that you move into your parents' house and not get that apartment. Stay here, stay there for a good amount of time and save your money, because that is probably the best thing to do. Your emotional stability might not be there. It depends on how your parents are, but you're going to save so much money, and then you can go ahead and easily move into that apartment, not have to worry about, will I have the money? You will have the means to take care of yourself after you've stayed that period of time in your parents' house. So I do suggest that, but it's going to be so different than what you're used to, and you're going to have periods of times where you're just like, well, why the hell am I doing this? You're going to see why you do it when it comes to your bank account, your savings. So I suggest you do that if you can handle it. And another reason why post-grad sucks is dating. The dating life is not where it's at. You can think that, I'm going to point out men because I'm a woman. You can think that these men are serious now that they've graduated and they want a relationship, they want something serious, but that is not the case. That is far from the case. They don't know what they want. They are stuck in between that phase of being a boy, being in college, and being free and being able to do whatever you want, literally, and then being a man and having to kind of settle down and finding somebody to be serious with and finding a wife. They're stuck in between those two phases of their life, and they don't really have that comfortability right now. They're maybe just started a job. They don't know. They do not know. And this is probably a time in your life where you're going to be on a good amount of dates, several dates, and you're going to see these men are not serious, and it's not you. I promise you, it's not you. It's them. They literally do not know what they want. It's scientifically proven. Men mature at a later age than women do. Women right now, once you're graduating college, you're in that mindset of, okay, who am I going to settle down with? And not necessarily that you're thinking that you're going to be focused on your job, going to be focused on getting a job and being stable, but at the end of the day, you're still thinking about that. You're still thinking about what man will come into my life and bring me that stability and bring me that comfortability. Who will come into my life and bring me those things and bring me that consistency? This is going to be the most inconsistent phase in your life, and it's just a phase. It's just a phase, and I have hopes. A good man will come into my life and bring me consistency and bring me love and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. But I'm not focused on that right now at all. I have come to a point where I'm just like, okay, whenever it happens, it happens. I cannot think about that. I have to focus on myself. And so just, ladies, don't think about that. Think about you. This is a time to be selfish, and this is a time to set your priorities high. One other thing is that the applying for a job process is gruesome. It sucks. Filling out job applications one after the other is terrible. I am very lucky. After my graduation, I got a job a month after college, and then I didn't like that job, so I applied for another job and I got that job pretty quickly. But it just really depends on you and how much you are willing to lower yourself to actually get a job in general, just a job, not necessarily a good job. What I do not recommend is applying for jobs that you want to be the perfect fit for you. Apply for jobs. If you get a job, you don't necessarily like that job, it's okay. These companies, these jobs don't have you by the neck. You can leave whenever you want to leave. You know, that's if you're not under a contract, but you can leave when you want to leave. Have means of financial stability, and then keep applying for a job that you feel like is a good fit for you. Do not stay on your ass and keep applying for jobs. You're going to sink into that depression. You're going to sink into that depression, and that's just what I suggest. But applying for jobs, it's gruesome. It's just, one application after the other, and it's so long, it's so tiring, and that sucks. But all in all, guys, this is not to scare anybody. This is not to make anybody sad. This is a period in your life that you really just have to go through. You have to get through, and you have to find a way to just manage through and get used to. That's just the main thing about it. You have to actually get used to it, and it's going to take some time, but you're going to jump that hurdle, and you're going to get across it. Some advice that I do have is go ahead and travel, find new things that you enjoy doing, and kind of get into that mindset of a new fresh start, new things to do, and venture out and find it. It's not going to come to you. You have to find it. And all that being said, go ahead and make sure you subscribe, like, give it 2 thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.